Sorry, what?
So Magda was told to offer now, and Tina also has offerings from center, not personal.
No, not
After.
at the end. Welcome, everyone, to our afternoon session story time with our beloved Lamas. And we've requested that they each share one of their more meaningful experiences with Garchen Rinpoche, because we're all here celebrating Garchen Rinpoche today. So because we have so many Lamas and not much time, I did the math, and it comes out to be a little less than 10 minutes per person if everybody shared. So we're going to see how this goes. And is there anyone who would like to start? Any brave Lama that would like to start? Is there a hand? Is there it?
Someone take the list. That rain, Garden Bochicone, the Kejashi Sondoa. So we do the Chetan Garden Bochicone, Kejashina, Chazula, Samboche, Yaboche, Tomados. Teacher is a hand, Singapore, Watch, Dark Pambola, Chetan, the nature knows.
Hello to all. So today is the time to talking about His Eminence Garchen Rinpoche. But actually, this is quite unsuitable for me to share about that things because it is quite similar like the lions judged by fox and tigers judged by dogs. So it's similar like that.
Chetan, ta Chizura, the Chunan Hillera, Mumbanzona Somyore. Make come Zomai, now come Jamai, Tangak, the Abochi to him. The Karitundari is Oshiend. Chetan, come Womaka, come Tonomaris, Percha Yokira, no Kamka, the Matam, no Kamka, Simjin Tamjika, Zokamka, Hilmaris. The name Zokamka, the Tassimjin Zenanda, the Sotamjika, Zumika Hilmaris, the Shendo, Shayore. The Yindo, that Pedang is okay. So Maka in Naya, Clash Hilmaris. Flat Kosokan is okay, and she. In I no so shimmers. There carries the she and the Yundin church on Tane. Da the Nechade, though the shimmers. Though we did the no soaking garden which call it the Tinis pen, Messibak, the Messibak, Saboria, tell with the Tenechadores.
Actually, in the Abhidharma Kosha text, it says that the eyes actually can't recognize well about form, and ear's consciousness cannot recognize well about sound. Actually, I slightly forget about that, the deep meaning, but anyhow, the lower realms cannot fathom these higher realms situations. And for instance, the desire realms beings cannot fathom well about form realms, as well as form realms beings cannot fathom well about the formless realms. So likewise, human beings cannot know well about God's realms and their situations. But the gods, they can know well humans and human realms. because that is related how profound the qualities. So anyhow, these as I mentioned, if we try to talking about His Eminence Garchen Rinpoche, it's impossible, which means we cannot understand well about him.
Tene Garchen Rinpoche na ngaso kadis ne Zabalama chadeleris. Ten do Zabalama zojete tene ngnesh na sanje nguntongka sanje ngume chojin choyore. Kuma te tambe zonme nguma ngachong kimbo ngachong namtan te den do. Kimbo ngachong te tene maserong bache lama re. Tene maserong bache Garchen Rinpoche lama re. Te lama ngachong Rinpoche lama te tene nyoshu ngachong zayores.
So actually, His Eminence Garchen Rinpoche is over three kindness of the root guru. So Garchen Rinpoche is the real actual Buddha. So then actually in the life story of Khyentse Ngakchung, there is also mentioned about the Guru's stories. So Khyentse Ngakchung is the Khyentse Minser's root guru, and then Khyentse Minser is Garchen Rinpoche's root guru.
Tene Khyentse Ngakchung ka lama tela nyoshilong to zayore. Ten Khyentse Ngakchung ta tene nyoshilong to te lama timbe kaso tene nyoshilong to lama gepo tene chan lo zhen song do konga. Tene lama gepo gingo lo chenpo chan dos.
So Khyentse Ngakchung is the root guru of the Nyoshilong. Nyoshilong Do is the root guru of Khyentse Ngakchung. So Khyentse Ngakchung says Nyoshilong Do is the senior guru or old one, old lama.
Tene kong xian do tina kong te tin kong tene gong lo chenpo cha zo te gezai de lo ti ta an tinje ta ti jang pa pa an tinje te tene je da yo res. Tene nima chen Khyentse Ngakchung ke te kong a yin ka so ngak ti ngama tene ti yong ze tene tini song do wa. Ti te song de tene ta chol che ta khamis che zo hien de ne ka ngama zo chol lam do yo re khamis. Ina ngone sena tene kanda ngala zong thong kanda ngala da hi ba te da lokpar to ba tene te ta te da lokpar to ba ngome be gona tene ti karero sanjel tane chunil ta go lama zo te tene song go hi no.
So in this story, it says that those who are perceive as I'm on form, or those who perceive who am I am as the sound, then these things, these perceptions are actually kind of wrong view. They are misperception, because that means when we focus towards Guru, we should see them. We should see them as a Buddha, and we are going to focus the Dharma Dhartu, and then yeah.
Tene kong te chetan ni kong ka lama pe mi si ba te ba ya. Ti te so ta kong mama lama te sanje ti tene ti hon do son da te sa. Tene kong sanje ke chen na chin do ti kong nam do ngin ba zang je ma nyong te le xian da.
So he, since from that time, then he arose very deep faith towards one's guru, and then he perceived his guru is a Buddha. So his guru is a Buddha. For that reasons, Buddha sees and Buddha knows everything. For that reasons, even he could not arise any ordinary thought from his mind.
Tene ten ta re lama zoje te sanjel ta go yo re. tene doda nga tamchin nani lama zoji te sanje shiba nga si lama sanje shiba nga zi shindo te yindo koncho gotro ga danis lama zoji te sanje chugolong ko chugo son tene sanje chuginu son tene lama yidan kanro son koncho gotro ga dani jinrisi.
In the about the Sutara and Vajrayana, it says we are going to perceive Guru as the Buddha, and then we are going to focus this when through we are going to perceive the about Guru's 5 qualities. And then also there says that Guru is the 9 jewels. That means Guru is Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya. Guru is also Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and Guru is the Guru and Yidam deity and Ragnis.
Tene lama zojete tene ko ngawung ni she gona sanje de che yom maris garden gung de she na tene sanje le jan labar tene she yo do de lama la tene che pa ja che ri mari lama la yung tin sabo ri zojete che dan sambo che yom maris.
So Guru is the Guru's kindness is more supreme than the Buddha's. So that's where we just analyze that Guru's qualities like that, and these, if we mention like that, that is actually unsuitable.
That data lama zoje data was Tongares. Inaya ta ngaso sosuche wara. Sosuche ma parwache. Parwache nguni tan garan bo che yung tin de she ta jamsu nani chotai zon she jo ten. Tin nam yin ke ta chung de she gona. Tene ta garan bo che she gona nga ne chor son ton she na tene de chung to sari tin dos.
So Guru is like that. For that reasons, we are ordinary sentient beings. So if we are try to talk about Garchen Rinpoche as a single drop from the vast ocean. So I am mentioning about Garchen Rinpoche through 3 points. I think I can explain a little bit about Garchen Rinpoche through this way.
Te tungsin dambo te karari no tsihen de. Tene Garchen Rinpoche zoje te tene timba ta semjin ke tongna tene shimpa mi ningto te pe mi si yo re se. Te zai ni ba te ko tene rang ke chu nyang ne wen nan da yin dong zhong nan da. Tene ba sung li te sung zhu chen bo yo re se. Tene somba te di za te kar to re se xian de sam zai chen bo yo re se.
So the first one is Garchen Rinpoche always keep profound or great courageous for the sake of the sentient beings and Buddha Dharma. And then second is Garchen Rinpoche practice for the sake of other sentient beings. And also he has he possesses great diligence. And then third is the root of this first and second points. So that is the Garchen Rinpoche possess the loving kindness and compassion.
Te kariri no xian Garchen Rinpoche ko se zo te ngone chane ke ko kangar tan ti nyoda ko zoom ta pa tin ke ko miseries.
So what is the life situation of Garchen Rinpoche is actually in his life he was engaged in very difficult situations, and also he was engaging very unpatientable the problems. He met kind of these problems.
Tene kong chong yo ne ka sa je tang bu zo je den chwa ri chen na ka le chen mo yo la bar ta ga ron bo che tene zong kan ne yo re Sunkana Yong the Tasaj Tonji Nanda, Yinda Narju Inanda, Tini Teta Pemisipa, Nimachela Kalechin Wayores. Teta with Nimachi Mari, Dachi Mari, Lochi Mari, Loni Mari, Lo Nishatamale Yore. Tendu Teta Nantini Samade, Tini Kablet Samatel, Dong Dent, Tini Kablet Sama, Deval Jordan, Tini Del Doni Vetan, Teta Zuyores.
So when Garchen Rinpoche was birthed, and then actually at that area, there is no more the wealth and food and so forth. And then, of course, he went to the prison. So there, so difficult to get the food and drink and so forth. But this situation is not only for 1 day or 1 month or 1 year or 2 years. This difficult situation is for 20 years. So Rinpoche was in the prison for 20 years. But he made efforts to against these sufferings and difficulties. So then he could transform all the sufferings are into the happiness.
Teta Kablet Taylor. The knee source pets of Gaussian, Tinta Gompari, Dan Dram, the Kablet Pemisi Chagor. Masek Chin, the Sajal Pen with the neck, Munetranek, Pemisi, Into Chimbochi. Teta Rindotino. The carriage of Shin and Garchen again, she married. The knee Sajan Rosatama, the knee Renek Jabjon Mandrawa, Game Mandrawa, the knee Chulo Kashin and Sawan Mili. That in general, that Chushia, Geja, that token, being Masiba Kalechin Boyores. Ena did Sama, don't leave with any that. Travad Ninja, Cosaldi, drawn so one, that Taramari got any Betson Zuyores. Data would take that hint up Garden, but Hindom Soyores.
So then after he left prison and come back in the monastery, also he engaged many kind of difficulty situations, and then after that, then he came to the Western countries. At that time also he engaged lots of difficult situations. But Garchen Rinpoche has very great courage. Otherwise, Garchen Rinpoche arrived in foreign countries. He doesn't understand their language, and then the background of culture and religions are different, and some countries so they don't have any religion. So he get lots of challenges, but still he kept great courage. And then he gave many answers to the questions. He led many teachings. He gave many empowerment. So he apply great hardship to do those things.
Today, that connect Betsonri, the so time Jack Sawa data, Gagumpa day, Nari Gumpa, the Nipu, the Nis Sajari, Sama del, the Nitsewa, the Nintop data, Sewate, the Nitsun the song, the Ningan, Chunjonsi here, that in Virginia, then soon that in songs.
So, His Eminence Garchen Rinpoche, he did kind of these great hardships. The root of these things is for welfare, Gar Monastery and the people of this Gar Monastery and Tibet, and then the foreigner countries. So for the sake of those beings, then Garchen Rinpoche, he applied great diligence and then a profound love, and then he has a great courage. So these things are that the represent of Garchen Rinpoche.
All us. Tene, the sogan down the water in the Tene tastes of some drag delay.
Take the like that.
Somebody. 大家当时没接呢，这种股票股考上些是，现在你从啥子了？强调那路高球能提往上嘛，能提高，接是，提接当我做，来不及上的，现在人不接好偏多，现在当我做的，来不及上的，这人不接，这用起来可算，像他基本接触进来，没得他后来学的，什么什么。 那我做这做吧，但今嘛接触下这毛那么大的，提他这可是那个军人的，那什么多，他什么就跟对毛不这样推下的，我听着的说那么的穷说。
So I first saw Garchen Rinpoche 1993, and then and also I saw Garchen Rinpoche 2000 in 2000, 2020. You don't lose it. 20. And during this snake year of the teaching, and then after I went to the Lapchi, and then at that time I heard that Garchen Rinpoche got sick. So then, yeah, at that time Garchen Rinpoche was in Tibet. And then I recite prayers and supplicate to the Garchen Rinpoche, and then I was worried that could I see again or not. But now then all this merit come here because of I think those these karmic relations.
Oh, then that Rinpoche Arina Neta Rinpoche kunti Yurimbu that and Jeto ya the cook up in the Ravari. Then the Rinpoche Kaduna, that Yamna Chidile, Cook Kaduna, Yamna Chidi. Tying us a hook in a choice in George Sijera, or 10 hundreds in Bandos, Tonsto, or Malang and Jits with 100,000.
And then I arrived in the U.S. Then I often get opportunity to see Garchen Rinpoche. So whenever I focus him, then Garchen Rinpoche always practice. So it is like the yogi of a practitioner who practice like the river flows continually.
Oh, then that's the time for Lama Cheto. This, then Corfe or Casalagic on this, the Gochi, Doyant, this Yorba. The Rinpoche, that Chavajuma, Jena, Pedoya, the so Mexico, Yamato book starts it. There's a reason I'm going to
Then actually some Tibet great lamas, they always pretty much focus like repetitions. They have many students and many attendants. They keep many attendants and so forth. But Garchen Rinpoche is like always being as an ordinary monk. So I think that is his practice.
Oh, then that was it. That in an issue that the Rinpoche, the Zondo. That many these Tawaman to Chona. The sometimes get a lot of material younger what has a same cook get around the country on the same now consider this Yorwa. Or to reach in that less on the grace. Or then you do that much package a laptop and some the laptop ya. Or to do best on Chico Rezondo. What that is John Joseph Yamna. So was it and also sometimes to do the count of the Chito Yarevan that Chico then. Then some such a Chito him and what I do around so in as a Rinpoche. Don't want to be Sabunda social or. 他别讲的像那么些，当然自己到外面去呢，第什么了，人从那这空气切把他人的很多。我听对的人不是中本呢，在其他个南上把给家拉有些呢，这个 mix 家的啊，给他差那么多。我这种 mix 的人同意都是。
Then if I mentioned one path instructions of Garchen Rinpoche, And then that is, Garchen Rinpoche says, for example, if there are two people have a different view, and then, but this view is like a contradictory view, and then at that moment it's quite difficult to speak each other's, and then in the mind arise some resentment, and then they continually then one unwilling to speak each other's. So, but Garchen Rinpoche says this often says that the loving kindness, compassion, and so through his path instructions, I try my best as much as possible, but it's quite not easy to put into the action. When we don't, we keep kind of this resentment, and then keep times to distance, and then slowly we become more distant each other's. So that's where the even the two people possess different views, but try to keep loving kindness and compassion. That is, I think, a crucial point.
근데 대리형 좀 어찌 돼서 그런 거 다다다디 섬지한성마 당당 지한테 대샤什么都是当时당당中下的是个来看过学就有了听那在他康图头人不去中吧在年年去投呀我曾经没从去呀我曾经开进步进度现在他当然不去当晚忙不当时就学投个嘛吧就当时不去他多换tempo不就跟我说的了这就是他在当晚做过都咱自己学下来嘛拖这个rinpoche chintawo ngarang ngon tata tala ma mambo ji to khan tumbo tin je ma nyo o ten du ta kong ke yon te si sung do ya yo ma ra na zo ta ngarang ze ko to ka ye sta chang zu xu yin o te ma to ta mixing ga ta mambo xue ya jian men do o la su tu chi
Then second or another Rinpoche's path instruction is Rinpoche often says you keep pure perception towards all thinking beings. So this is, I think, this is a very important path instruction. So usually Garchen Rinpoche he recognized this the profound view manifestly. But and I actually met many higher lamas, but I never met the lama who possess profound view as Garchen Rinpoche did. So actually, we cannot judge Garchen Rinpoche's qualities and realizations like that and this. So actually, Garchen Rinpoche possess the many the profound qualities and realizations, but we cannot share everything. So I just say a few these things as much as possible. Then thank you so much.
이게 이다. 당 알아서 참마 다른 뭐지 너마로 와셔서 다른 뭐지 갈업 남게 참 이제 정cho 셈을 저 냠네 제가 저 카운터부터 다른 뭐지 나셔서 알아서 그 카운터부터 제지 我在那边搞 drops 呢，这里在两年刚在康图头顺便送去下的，当然是从嘛，别开全部那种东西都是在那头一起。
Then another one is Garchen Rinpoche often gave lots of teachings and gave us lots of advice about loving kindness and compassion. So we all try to practice this as much as possible. So then that is the how we listen to the Guru's speech, and then we all try our best. So then I have nothing more to share. Thank you so much.
Tambo trainer ngaso sanje kusha lomba. Tene jabding Garchen Rinpoche. Nzambe lengthen pepe ke nima pusung tsoko nima ndela tene nga tso tene nyampun zomya nde Jiwa Hung, Le Tang, Sunam, Rebel Sunwa Yin Zang, Ten du the Nitsama de Dring, Gawotan, Trobo Yuri, the Yubatelas to Munzi, the Nit take a trapping Nancy, Chutore, Yonsu Zopala, the Nituji Cheers, Yin.
His Eminence Garchen Rinpoche is the real, actually it says the flash of the enlightened or Buddha. So then he came in this world, and then that is, and then today is the auspicious day, and we all being together. So this is the great the karma and profound merit of the previous lives. So everybody enjoy and pleasant about this, and then also then we all being together, and then the center create this opportunity. So thank you so much.
That du Jatang Lamas Yateke, the Namtala, Chi, Nang, Sama, Duns in Mambo, Yuri, the Sotsama, Toya Tela, Rando, Kungunia Chik, Sosa, Dripajang, De Goyatang. Then they do Rangda Inata, Chung Duni, Rinpoche Pula, Salon Sonre, the Songo Capsonata, so. Pamana yin ke samjong na ori, gegi nam jang lobjang tre ori. Teni tegana yi lama ken ngokane no wang trisong dangwa des tama nang yori. Ten di ke kapsa na soso ta lodang chunchong ri chik. Teni la parte na chik tongja tuja ke triaksa. Tonlang song yo marimato gawa pep gawa yok garen nang na ya. Pe masir dangwa teng sabota sa mambo. Nang yores.
And actually, the Guru's life story has outer life story, inner life story, and secret life stories. So if we try to understand all of these things, then first we are going to purify obscurations, and we are going to cultivate merit. As for me, since I was small, I spent time with Garchen Rinpoche, and then since that time, Garchen Rinpoche bestows loving kindness and compassion to me as my parents, and then he teaches me as a teacher, and then according to his guru. So I received many empowerment and path instructions and Dharma teachings. So in fact, wherever Garchen Rinpoche has gone, Garchen Rinpoche is going, or wherever Garchen Rinpoche is sitting, always Rinpoche bestows profound path instructions. But I was quite young at that time, and then it's quite difficult to understand those values.
That Tengchang ke tu la traja ri nga so musurum bo che sharan jin song tu chama yongo yore. That is so tender here shira ja mogo ya chi chame tong chu nyon jo res. Ta huma ta nga so chung chung kap so song jo te chirang so tong yo ma re te ko ne nge ta le so chung chung kha he ji hyu jin kha he kong ge ti nam tha nang te la 지요 사례 가시 안티나나 많고리 소소 무슨 통야다 어떻게하던데 요
Then in this century we have this internet, and through we can see his face through live streaming, and we can hear his speech through these recordings and so forth. So I don't think this necessary to talk so much about these things because everybody is clear about that. but some of the situations you don't understand. When I was young, what happens, those things. So actually Rinpoche has a life story, so the most of the things are there and you already know, but it's still some his life stories may not covered by these life stories. Then I try to share about that briefly.
다 뭐마 르모치 불 유부 값 로렌 줍친 이셔서 동셈 담만들 소 찍들 차디 찍을 멘트는 소 단연 카 줍친 소 줍친 다디 다라 대화가 줍친 나기 말이 효가 나보니 gondan sim partel 다 도스는 초고리 다 디값서나 년카 줍친 도지 로봉시 요 신나더니 메션론인다 만내바다 다든다 강아 침보 트레들티 솔라 드린 신강라 다데도 모다 요만 남도 요만 신강라 다효나 조주소 미야 나신 참찬은 고다 듭친서 드마타다 매 고자니 다종의 데더리 남피 자모 항사야리 다효나 진의 조주소 미야 다페네 셔토 로고라네 네발스납 가레고나 용서 조바신 마페 값서 효가 조방고 주 어떤다시야 대 메나양 yin pet mago na yang pak me sha na lo la zu ge yong do le me chu ni zem ge ma re.
When Rinpoche was in Tibet, Rinpoche lead many drupchins and about 20 kind of villages. Then at that time, these drupchins are not like these days we are practice drupchins because these drupchins are started very early morning and it's finished very late in the night. So in fact, this should practice day in and at night. So at that time, in the daytime, Rinpoche take responsibility of a Vajra master, and then in the night time, after the daytime's drupchin practiced, and then people are invited to Rinpoche in different area. There are some people got sick and some people died. So that's why they request to Rinpoche to came there. At that time, there was no cars, there were no airplane, but there is only horse. So in the daytime, whole day practice drupchin, and evening finish the drupchin, and then some people just hold their horse near the door, and then Rinpoche Rinpoche went there and practiced practice Shitro and the Ratva and peaceful deities practices, and then the help to the patients, and then early morning come back, and then again he started to practice this drupchin, and then in the night actually Rinpoche never lie down in his bed, and he has the leather lower garment dress. He just sits inside of this leather lower garment, and then he never sleep like that lie down. I mean.
That in do Ravatamchi recall go, Rinpoche recall Yama Kontabari, Timachila, Tromba, why you love it. What an adoption saw the Sinan, Tronse Jindajila, Mashandos. Then it have record Lama Bongini, they go more kiss. Then the Chichuk, Chujuni, Ya Tahun and Rogo, Pacher, Chutuni, the sun barrel. Take up so turn jabri, the chola, the Shah, the Chodo. Then it's in a toe and the Davang on the shard the sons. Anyonies. Chodang, that shard in Horata, young in the pares. Chiranica Haku on the wares. Then do young in the Basenkoram Yinsayatella, Kaken Jurayo Maris, Chona Yiris. Then in Hora Sayate, Charom Nigerin, Charom the Sukola Charson and Tamari Detini, 사 도는 존 다 단진데 체천이 다 강아 요래 어때인데 다 레스 대디셔다 하고 마 다라 텐데 pe 당아 땡사보 내 친구 어떤데 인도스
So then Rinpoche has no opportunity to choose this alternatively. Sometimes he goes, sometimes doesn't go, something like that. But monks, they alternatively go with Rinpoche. So that means one day, one night they can go, one night no need to go, something like that. So then there is a one kind of village oil, and then there is a river. Its name is Chuchu. Then I and Lama Abu, we went. We were there, and we went to we participate the attendance of Garchen Rinpoche, and then in the night, then we went to another place. Actually, from Oil to there, go through this Chuchu, it takes 2 or 3 hours. This season is like autumn, a full season. So all the water becomes frozen. And then we went there through, we ride a horse, and we went through this river, Chuchu River. And then Rinpoche called us children, Lama Abu and I. Rinpoche called to me and Lama Abu, and I children. This ice is like, and water is like samsara and nirvana is like this water and ice, and then the nirvana is actually is the innate mind, so it's unchangeable, but the self-grasping is like this ice. Then this ice continually frozen, and one day it becomes like a stone. So it's never, we cannot, how to say, break it, something like that. It becomes very hard. So at that time, we did not understand that is the profound pattern stations. But nowadays, thinking about this, that is really a profound pattern station.
That in the Rinpoche Nying Sin Sependo Kapso, Nanchin Zong Pumbo, Rinpoche Lepe, Gaoyor, then Koran Labre. Rinpoche Julie Shashale to the magic race. Nyang Sin Te Sikale Jadipe, Sawanin and the Humados, Rutina. Kogan Trem Yogans, Sina Chuni Dindisham Mochosin, Trem Yogans, Koranzo Wanchatan, Totan Yor. That is a Rinpoche Kuchi, Tuji Content and Yamogo, that Aranja Churochi Contel Gao, you can't me, so or tender Riva Jarimato, Koran Pe Rinpoche, Zevat and Tepa and Nature and Tons at the Nyang, not in the Labres.
So one day, then in the Nanqing area, there is a leader, and then he is the leader. So then one day he said that Rinpoche's form is actually established blood and flesh. So his form is a human's form. So then Garchen Rinpoche spent time for others day in and night. Then it's impossible to could do like these things. So he says he is going to make a rule, and that is then he don't allow the Garchen Rinpoche going to the other places in the night. But then Rinpoche replied to him, please, don't make this law or this regulations. I have interesting, or I love to do this right now what I'm doing. So actually this leader really, he loved Garchen Rinpoche, respect Garchen Rinpoche, but then Garchen Rinpoche requested him to don't make like this law.
That in the Tarakoning is Sanje Kucha Lompasenaris, Jancho Sampasin, Shu. 다 산초 심빈 친이들라 까만 그 윤, 로만 근타 사카베 창아 심지 밤에 연바 겸바 신도와 대인데 콩그다 줄라메가 줄 가리 토라나 오늘 산초 심바 다라콘도 보는 진도지 송하나 예 다가 샴로브리 가서갈 부분은 살롱송 조리데 오늘 그때라고 소수 무슨 통만요 대인데 콩그다 당하다 맹하다서 용수 조바만 붙어버리 대인데 라브리나 인핀 산초 심데 전부차 대마리나 달람진 참막 주던지 띵가래나 다 라냠 그 토네 되니 냠네들 랑나 되니 공담하듯서 오늘 내일면 바지 용거를 했을 때인데 참아 다시 델레이스 yen
So as I mentioned earlier, the Garchen Rinpoche is the real flash of Buddha, and he is the embodiment of Bodhisattvas. So there is a say in the Dharma, the moment of the eons, and then it's difficult to do something, and so in fact that Rinpoche's the courage is really profound, and then his actions and his these courages are really amazing. So for me, I actually traveled many places, and I was grown in Tibet. So I have received many kind of these profound path instructions. So, but as I mentioned, as Drupal Rinpoche mentioned, so the Rinpoche's every these path instructions we could not we cannot share. We were not able to share. But the main thing is the best way is we try to arise profound supreme mind of bodhicitta. If not, then we these mundane activities and dharma practice equally we do, and then if we do that, then that means all the Rinpoche's main path instructions we are put into the action.
Tashdele, everyone. It's good to be here. I'm very happy. And Garchen Rinpoche is my root guru, and I cannot say only my root guru, but it's my root guru. And first time I met him in Nepal, probably maybe 1996 or 7, yeah, at Dobalodu's house. Garchen Rinpoche was giving, I think, long life empowerment and Dara empowerments. And since then, I met him a few times in Nepal, see him. And then after that, finally, I came to the United States and first come to GBI in 2001. And since then, I see him many centers, underground centers, and I have good fortune to that get many teachings from him. And of course, already mentioned that in order to talk about history or a biography of such a Buddha and flash like Garchen Rinpoche is difficult. Already Drupal mentioned that there's we can talk about outer history, inner history, and secret history or biography. And I can add a little bit more in there, and in Tibet, we call namtar. So namtar means complete liberation or completely liberated. Earlier, Garchen Rinpoche already mentioned that the biography or history of a guru is purpose of raising one's faith or devotion. And that's why the devotion leads to the liberation. That's why it's called namtar, the liberation. The Guru's history is liberation. And then when we talk about complete liberation, we can talk about the three secrets, the secrets of kaya, vak, chit, or the body, speech, mind. So the body language or body gesture or practice is we can observe. Speech we can, but mind is difficult. We probably don't know what Garchen Rinpoche's realization, except I realize experience. But we can talk a little bit about or think about, or I want to share what I see Garchen Rinpoche's activities, the physical activity or body activity, that he often mentioned that he's carried this money well, that is his one of attributes, that he said, these keep me awake, because soon as I fall asleep, these fall or make noise, and then I can wake up to continuously practice. So you can see he even doesn't want to fall asleep. And then one time he told me that it's most difficult for him is when he travel other places and I need to stay in family house or family place, and they put me in this nice, very soft bed. For me, it's so difficult to cross leg to sit in there. It's sinking. That is the most torture thing I could get. So that's why we can see the bodily. He never lay down, and also continuously practice. That's just what we can see or can imagine. But then, of course, the secret of speech is he sometimes share with me. Of course, many of you know already, but a few of you know, maybe don't know what Garchen Rinpoche has directly told you or share you how he practiced. He said, if you chant mantra 24 hours, like Yamantaka or Dara, we did that, Namgyalma and so forth. He said, after a while, you can hear all the sounds of mantra. He said his ear is very not too good, and also it make very noisy ringing sound 24 hours. But he trained that way that now he can hear his ringing sound as a mantra. So maybe I want to sharing you these, that not only what I heard, but this is maybe what he does, and that's maybe his practice, and we can learn from that as well. Then body, speech, and the mind realization is difficult to, we cannot observe, but sometimes Garchen Rinpoche told us or told me that he can visualize or vision appears at all the Buddhas in a space. So that's way we can hear, and also we can little bit taste what Garchen Rinpoche's body, speech, mind practice at that look-alike. I'm not saying he does only these things, but that is the small taste, one drop from big ocean that I want to share with you. And I'm very happy to hearing this, and I give this back to Lama Tutunyima.
They all taught whatever I want to say. Nothing left for me. What should I do? Okay, I try to say in English for save time.
那我也要举手。
啊，
你讲英文吗？
OK，
还是中文？
不然都中文好了啊。
Okay.
好。
So Lama will speak in Chinese. I'll translate into English.
我第一次见仁波切是我很小了，那时候呢，我是他的亲戚嘛，他们就说今天会来一个很特别的人，他们就安排很多，准备很多，但是后来到了一个人就没什么特别的，就是一般的一个，看起来好像那个华人啊，这样子的一个人到了我的那个祖母的家，然后我记得我的祖母哭了，她说为什么哭？我已经在这里嘛，不要哭不要哭。仁波切说这样，这个我就记得很清楚，那时候我很小。
So the first time I met Garchen Rinpoche, I was very young, and as you may know, that we are distant relatives. And then when at that time my family told me that today we are going to get to meet a very special person, and then I waited and waited and waited. I did not see anyone special, but then I see my grandma was in tears, and then I remember. Garchen Rinpoche was very kind, approaching her and said, "Why are you so sad? I'm here. Don't be sad. I'm here already." And that's what the first experience I have with Garchen Rinpoche when I was very, very young.
那时候他给了我小孩的玩具，那是我从来没有过那种东西嘛，第一次拿到一个玩具，我蛮高兴的。
So that time when Rinpoche saw me, he gave me some toy. As a child, I never have any toy of my own, so I was very happy to receive some toy from Garchen Rinpoche.
后来呢，仁波切从那个牢里出来以后，我是进入这个寺庙是1984年了，然后一直仁波切从西藏离开，97年嘛，跟着他在寺庙啊。
So as you know, the Rinpoche was in jail for a long time, and then when he was released from the jail, I met him again around 1984. And then that's when I moved to the Gar Monastery until 1997 when he left Tibet.
那这寺庙之间呢，当然很多刚刚他们说的那样子的，仁波切是非常不一样的一个很特别的。有些回头想的时候呢，那时候不觉得那么特别，现在回头想的时候，我从来没有看过他。躺着睡觉，不管怎么累，多累，多辛苦，晚上还是坐着那边。他的房间里面，没有床，在那个房间的那角落那边有个四方形的一个小小的那个法座，他坐在那个上面了，他从来没有床啊。
So like many of the former lamas teachers has shared with you, Garchen Rinpoche is really a very different practitioner. And when I was young, I did not feel like there's anything special. However, as I recall now, I do remember that he never lay down to sleep at night. When you go to his room, and there's only a small square throne, and he sat on that to rest instead of laying down on the bed to sleep.
当然，他从来没有那个睡觉的床的时候，不会有那个睡袋啊，这些都从来也出去那个外面的时候，从来也不带那些了。他就是那个晚上的时候，刚刚那个主公讲的，就有个羊皮做的那个下裙，那个当他的睡袋，不管那个去哪里都是那个，就往上拉一拉，就这样，就只有那样子的。晚上睡觉的时候，刚主公说的那样，我们在外面连续要办很多次那个入侵，就早上5点开始，晚上9点左右结束。他有主持那个法会，然后晚上结束的时候，马上要去那个有人那个往生啊，有到什么困难呀，就几乎每个晚上有这样去的，不管到哪里都是这样做。
So since he doesn't have a bed to sleep on, of course he would not have the things like sleeping bag to cover his body when he sleep. Like what Drupal just shared earlier, that the only thing he has is made of the sheepskin, like a lower skirt, and he will pull it up and cover his body to keep himself warm. That's the only thing he has. And also, as some of them have shared, he led many Drupchen retreats, and sometimes the retreats are very intense, from 5 a.m. all the way to 9 p.m. Now, as soon as we conclude at 9 p.m., he will go to a disciple's home per their request. When they run into a difficult situation or people pass away, he will always go out to help them and give them some teaching or practice some puja for them.
我第一次看到他晚上就躺着睡觉是2001年在印度，那时候我的眼里有点不正常嘛。当然，大家都晚上睡觉，躺着睡觉，但是对他来讲的话，就怎么说，就有一点不正常，有一点奇怪了。
So the first time I ever witnessed Rinpoche lay down to sleep was in 2001, of course in India. And for people like us, we go to bed and lay down and go to bed at night is very most common things. However, it's extremely unusual to see Rinpoche lay down to sleep at night.
然后呢，就他到了国外以后呢，你们大家都也看得很清楚嘛，我不要跟你们再解释，有些地方呢，你们比我还清楚的吧。
So as when he started touring around the different country and to give teaching, I believe that you have observed many of Rinpoche's behavior, and you may know more details than I do whenever he's in your country, in your area, and there's no need for me to elaborate further on that part.
我跟你们说，最近我听到的几个故事。
So I would like to share a little few story I have heard with you.
上次有一个年轻的男生，去参加了仁波切的那个法会，好像是那个亚美大嘎了。那结束了以后呢，他是这样，常常就到处去的那种人，他没钱，这期结束了，他就回去家里的那个留会的钱都没有了。仁波切给他一个红包了，没有人知道他没有钱了。仁波切给他一个红包，有150块钱，刚好到他那个刚好够他的那个回去家里的那个 流会的钱。
So at one time I ran into a young man and who participated at Rinpoche's Drupchen retreat. I think it may have been Yamantaka. After the retreat was over, and this disciple is like a nomad. He wandered around attending different events, different retreats. He really doesn't have that much money. And when we ended our retreat, he did not have money to go home. And so nobody know that he doesn't have money to go home, but then he received an offering from Rinpoche of $50, and that would amount of money just enough for him to get home.
150。然后有一次在这里啊，法会的时候在外面很多鞋子嘛，就法会结束的时候，他的鞋子不见了，不知道谁传走了。然后呢，过了几天，他又收到一个安利上帝给他一个盒子，我就说这给你的。他打开的时候一双鞋子，他没有跟任何人说了，他的那个鞋子拿走了。听懂了哦？
听不懂。
啊，
是谁的鞋子被拿走？那个弟子的鞋子被拿走，还是仁波切的鞋子被拿走？
不是弟子的鞋子拿走了，没有了。
OK，got it。
但是他没有跟任何人说了。
Yes。
过几天呢，他收到了一个盒子，说那个仁波切给他的。打开的时候一双鞋子，新的。
So another event was at GBI here, I believe. There was one disciple that at the end of the retreat, he lost his shoes. He could not find his shoes. Someone had taken his shoes. So a few days later, he received a box from Anisamden. And it turned out that Rinpoche gave him a pair of new shoes, but he did not tell anyone. So Rinpoche already knew that he did not have shoes, so gave him a new pair of shoes.
还有一个故事呢，在这里做义工的一个学生，在这里的好像是那个一个节日的时候也打在这里，好像的那个什么Moon Festival， 叫什么
？Moon Festival， 中秋节。
中秋节的时候也打在这里，他一个人，然后他的心里有一点点其他人的话，中秋节在那个跟家人一起过，我呢就这里我一个人，心里有一点点这样的那个感受，就有一点难过的了。没有多久，过了半个小时，又安德桑的来了。仁波切说你邀请就那个在那个晚餐，仁波切马上知道了，这样仁波切就什么都知道的，有的时候你们有些人也可能有这样子的那个感受吧，有的时候问问题仁波切，他没听到的时候就开始回答了，其实他不需要听那个你们的那个问题，他已经知道你们的那个问题，心里有的时候耳朵也不好嘛，有的时候就很吵啊，听不到，没讲完那个他的那个要问的问题的时候就开始回答了，这种很多。
So there's another story about a volunteer who worked here during the festival. I believe it's a moon festival. And traditionally, moon festival is the time that you gather, you celebrate with your family. So he was feeling a little bit sorrow that he was here by himself and not with his family. And in 30 minutes, he received an invitation from Omniscient. Rinpoche invited him to have dinner together. Again, nobody told Rinpoche, but Rinpoche just knew. I trust that many of you have similar experiences. You communicating with Rinpoche without you don't need you verbalize your words, and he already know. And many of you may have an opportunity to ask him question during interview before you even finish your question, or if the environment is very noisy, it's hard to hear your question. He already knew what you're going to ask. Before you finish your question, he started responding. I believe many of you have similar experiences because Garchen Rinpoche really knows everything.
就这种讲不完的故事很多了，就在这里，就暂停一下啊。
So,
不耽误。
So in order to save time, I will just stop here. I trust that many of you have heard many of these type of story. So this is as much as I would share with you today.
Should I take this chance or first offer someone? As well, you know that I spent my precious time with my precious root guru, His Eminence Garchen Rinpoche, and His Eminence Garchen Rinpoche is a real, true Buddha and the true enlightened one. How can we know that is actually you know much better than me because his mind is full of love. How do we know that is through his path instructions? For me, Rinpoche told me one time, if you are going to arise compassion, first you are going to arise loving kindness and compassion. And since that time, then I tried, I really 100% trust that if we are going to generate genuine compassion, the loving kindness and compassion is preliminary practice. And then second one is, one time I wear my shoes near the door, and Rinpoche was there, and then Rinpoche recite loudly the mindfulness of Mother Tara. He loudly said that. So then, since that time, I feel my mind is connected with the 7 verses of supplication of Lord Jigten Sungko. So this is my root guru's kindness. And then another one is Rinpoche often mentioned that all sentient beings possess Buddha nature. So first, if I try to analytically that how other beings possess Buddha nature, I have no feeling so much. It's quite hard to trust in there. But then I 100% trust the Rinpoche's speech that all beings possess Buddha nature. So for that reasons, it helps me a lot to I can easily respect other people. And then you know that Garchen Rinpoche, His Eminence Garchen Rinpoche is here, and then we all come from different places, and we all possess different backgrounds, different cultures, but we all being together and then cultivate love and bodhicitta. This is the real Guru's blessing. Then also Garchen Rinpoche blessed or helped me a lot that my mind connect with these dripchins. I participated many dripchins since I was little, small, but here often listened Garchen Rinpoche's teaching about Dripchins, then I really trust these. The meaning of these Dripchins are really profound. It's not only for something apply some kind of instrument and those symbols. These Dripchins are really profound if we put it into the action. So this is also Garchen Rinpoche's kindness. I'm a little bit waking up about Dripchins. And then also Garchen Rinpoche often says that, he emphasized that if we are going to practice Vajrayana, then we must cultivate pure perception. Pure perception. So I also 100% trust. I think my mind will not change. So right now, what I'm talking about, these things are only His Eminence Garchen Rinpoche's kindness. So I'm a little bit waking up about these things through his kindness. And then another one is Garchen Rinpoche possess, or Garchen Rinpoche has clairvoyance that I have proof. I did not actually told to Garchen Rinpoche. I cannot talk about that. But one day in the Vietnam group asked me to teach Dharma. And then I prepared the teaching about the Jamgon Kondors calling the Guru from afar. I have a Tibetan and English both. And then, for example, tomorrow evening I'm going to teach. But tonight I just look in English. It's quite difficult to understand the English verses. That's where I bring Tibetan verses and I make notes in the two verses. Actually, Jamgon Kondros calling to the Guru from afar has many verses, but I make notes, two verses, and then the red pen. I wrote by red pen, and then I put it on my table in my room, and then this next. About lunchtime, Rinpoche came to the Lama house, and I did not tell him I'm going to teach on this topic, but he explained on these two verses. These two verses are not one by one. One is very top area, like another one is very end of this verse. But exactly these two verses he explained to me. I was really shocked. But my college habits, I did not display my like a shock action, you know. I just say yes sir, something like that. I had nothing to do any special in front of him, something like that. So I 100% trust he possesses clairvoyance. Still, I have many things, but many I think Dhamma friends has these experiences. And then also the Garchen Rinpoche often told that how many times you are doing something, don't say I did this. Don't say. Or then how many times people respect to you, don't think you are the special one. He often told me so. Then it also I try to practice on there, and I really believe that is a profound pattern station. Normally, Garchen Rinpoche is my root guru, but I did not spend time with him in Tibet so much. But then first I came here, and then I was taught, oh, it is good fortune or good fortune. I'm not sure. if I did lots of mistakes in front of him, it's really then it cause of my hell in my next life. So then I think how I spend time with Garchen Rinpoche, I was thinking often. And then I found an idea. Okay, I read many gurus' life stories. Malarepa who followed Mapa. Naropa who followed the Telopa. And then some like Lord Jigten Sunggung followed the Pamutrapa. And Garchu Dengpa followed the Lord Jigten Sunggung. So then I read these stories. Then, because of that, then sometimes I thought, oh, Rinpoche's action is the same like Lord Jigten Sunggung. Actually, I don't mean I really know Lord Jigten Sunggung directly, but I read his life stories. So, in fact, Garchen Rinpoche takes care of me as like his children. I spent my time with Garchen Rinpoche over 10 years. In a single day, I never got one harsh word from him. So then it does not mean I'm a very good student. I know by myself, right? Sometimes I really think it seems I don't have courage as Malarepa has. If I have a special courage as Malarepa has, then Garchen Rinpoche often scold me, maybe punish me. But he always, he never, even single day, single time in 10 years, never used on me a single harsh word. So that's where, in fact, he takes care. I am the environment of his mandala, and I really think that is a precious time. And then today we are actually not only some just time pass. We really utilize this time as meaningful time. So that's where in the future, Garchen Rinpoche's main path instruction is loving kindness and compassion. That's just a very necessary, very, very necessary in our life. So we all try our best. And then we all are very fortunate. And today we have this auspicious time. We often supplicate and recite many prayers that we have this opportunity continually. And okay, very important one thing, let me share you. Also, this Rinpoche emphasized that precisely that authentic guru's long life ceremony is what? That is, we supplicate and we apply diligence that Guru never separate from our devotion. If Guru never separate our devotion, then Guru is always in our mind. So this is Garchen Rinpoche's profound path instruction. So we all try best. Okay, thank you so much.
Everyone. Then I go to Mambo songs or something. Mambo Lama songs in Yanta. Then the lab go lab you did in young. I get you lab wins.
Beloved to all, and above there, all these masters mentioned, and then I also take this opportunity to talk a few things.
Then Dambo da Rinpoche Zohuli, the Pamakan and Kondo Yuri, the Rinpoche Kandaji Yuna sound of use. Then Yama Jigla Naga so Ralan Robaje, you budget 거기 향후도 그 rinpoche 진용에서 내 계좌시 행동스 네 콜라 계좌지 체인스 네 rinpoche에서 가는 놀라면 거기 나서 사프 휴조와 차차제 어따 때나고 진도스 배 야고 진도랑도
And then I often heard about Garchen Rinpoche, but so that's where I was consider what kind of Garchen Rinpoche, how he is like, something like that. And then one day I went to the mountainside for the yaks, follow the yaks, and then I have a friend and his uncle met Garchen Rinpoche. So I asked my friend, what kind of Garchen Rinpoche? I asked him. And he said, Garchen Rinpoche looks like a bird. It's the colorful bird. So his name, this bird name is Sapushu. Sorry, I can translate that. Sapushu.
Okay. Then long Juma, then I saw Lomra Tamje Randon, mean Togo Yuris, mean Tolas song, then said, then I saw the Lord Gagin take them, Makarchim was Lavian Goyori Landos, Naso Loma Anyo Samala, then Medo Mambo Tugo Landos. Then I saw Medo Mambo to that Pacher Chitu Yuntondo, then many levels. Magic the tree, magic the shoon, and that Yashes organ, as months, your sack, Pucha Jabdura, Lomaka, that Yache Jandu Lama magic lab songs. Then it come Master Tronjan and sell songs at the tenny, Matsama one on those. Nana. That is in the Nicolas of Kavajan and the Indian unit. She laughed and put in the rest of the thing. I saw no time. Mari solo zemochi lamdo siteni can say how come songs.
And then after that year, and then we went to the mountainside to collect medicine substances, and then there was a then they say we are going to collect it flowers. And then we collected many flowers, and then that time is noon. It's almost it's over the 12 p.m. So then there were two people came. One person just lead a horse by the horse leash, and one person leads the horse. And these two people were actually Tibetans wear Tibetan dress, and we call some wear this Chinese clothes, so we call jache. So they're wearing these Chinese clothes, and then they come, and at that time everybody cry, and then at that everybody cry, and they invited these two people in the house, and then. They invited these two people inside of the house, and then they told us, "You children should go out." And then we went out of the house. So I don't know what they did.
Okay, then the Dakarda Jam, Taramboche, Nesashi Mangosho Mados, then the Lion Bala Lashis Apagomados, then the Lomasamak. Young Rinpoche in Yuri, and the Rinpoche, Namlin Garden Nahundo, Sale Garden Nahundo, the Samahako Yuris, then the Rinpoche in Navata, good to call Nonita, Tata Mari, but then Sosola Yoni, then Tashana Kasakala Pep, then in Zerente, telling to Nasani Nang Jacobin down to this, and the name on Zerem Zukadon, Yang when. Ta karta je kable mangbu to so mangbu tang yuris te sa te da tang wala tine tene chunde ya mangbu song yuris tene chunde song ma se tene pache sang amarga la tene je gachi institute de men shanop kasa kalang gachi bo chiso so shadow tamje ke je tan nyamli nang ne mi po je na re karta nyamli mangbu nang go yu ba 된다 바체 공부를 hindosi 얘는 그게 요절이 생각 동지 말이스 대체 냠린 콜라타 제 로딱바 다바를 레진도 대 같이 주소 집고 말이 가서 갈 텐데 되니 냠린 남도가 요리스 대 가르치는 지금 같이는 뭐 고능이네 제 샘제 제도 제 주지고 마도 상하면도 가서 주소 탐제가 주요한 정도도 되는 지금 선발 가고 한다고 이제 요리스
Then actually I do not need to talk so much about Garchen Rinpoche as like an old structure, not necessary a new explanation about the old statue. Likewise, then every students know well about Garchen Rinpoche, and then since 1996 until now, Garchen Rinpoche and we came out from out of Tibet. Then we traveled the east and west countries, and then we just arrived each place, and then similarly they're already prepared to practice dripching there. That means we just today we arrived at one place and then we started practice there, something like that. So Garchen Rinpoche spent many times and he applied great hardships for that. And then as Garchen Rinpoche applied these great hardships, and the result is I don't think is very so much occurred. Actually, it's not only North America, but the East and West countries. There are many Dharma centers. So then, as Garchen Rinpoche apply great hardships, the students quit. The majority students not so much apply practice very well. Perhaps that is my personal thinking. Perhaps I did not see you did well, but anyhow, Garchen Rinpoche only he focus Dharma as well as then his all of his actions are also Dharma actions. So that's where then.
어때니 자갑 가사칼라 페프캅스 어때니 자갑 대다다 되네 존재 대다다 추소 대달 지 핀을 토나 삼네 거기 지 반전 두고 삼 많이 대달 핀 토나 삼네 삼바 근데 임피산 조선 등네 다 된다고 지 요바리 되네 다 사마게 시긴이 되네 라마 장보지 예나야 되네 로마 장보 차고 요되네 가슴네 사마게 냠린 난고고 요리 마당 라마 장보리 제더니 나서가 냠린 마낭 한 도바 좀 된게 하더니 라랑 산제제 공방 통고 받다 된다고까지 송요로 되네 라마 장나한테 로마 장보 차고 요리스 되네 라마님 바이나 로마 장보 요나 되네 지 산제제 공방 톱송바 다른 남탈 망보 요리스 되네 란소송면 되네 다른 뭐 제가 나봐 산조선 곰송도 요리 되네 삼바상보 시고야 돼 가르치는 뭐 차대 요리 되는 거랑서 그 삼바상보 시고다 삼지 랑가 되네 준발 세나 장도 요다 진짜랑 송은 제 파마 남가다냐 베심진 탐제도 파타는 뭐지 야마야 봐. 선 라랑소스 냠도 요바데 다 탐진 소월스네 되니 대대진 산조선 공공호 요바다 되는 뭐지 송도 거 요데 로마상 뭐 차발라 다 대대지 냠니세 뭐고 요사리스
So Rinpoche visit many countries, and then the Rinpoche visited many countries. It's not only collecting for wealth, but Rinpoche visit many countries for welfare those practitioners. So then Guru is excellent, as well as student also should become excellent students. If Guru is excellent, but if students are not excellent, then as Buddha said, the practitioners, you are going to become enlightened by yourself. So that's where, as a Guru is excellent, then students need to practice very well. So actually, some not good teachers, but some students are excellent. Then they become some excellent student. They also have like some have like that. Anyhow, Rinpoche often says you keep loving kindness and compassion, and keep good motivation. So I myself, in general, continually thinking about this, and you also should think that actually says there are sentient beings like a boundless space. So you don't place boundless sentient beings like a sentient beings like a boundless space. Don't place them far from you, and you bring them in close with you to bring together. And then Rinpoche also often say about loving kindness and so loving kindness and compassion. So you are going to practice them to become excellent students.
Lama zenari, Pama zenari, then the Kartaja, Tenda Chad, Yuris, Kapkan, Rinpoche, Storeland, then the Pan, Namgyalma, Nimpatin, Golia, Yungundos, then the Kartaja, ranking women, then the Tachi social joy in the Tenda Yungu, then same thing, when just to Melare, but I, Najim, Tata 21st century to Agumare. That and Dalatani, Gachirum Bonjando, Ujamari eating, then the Jatepa Ichi Saint of use, Malaria Bazo Danchi, Chazogolo, Tango Nine, then the Laku Maridang, Jau Kani and Malaria Bade, then Ching Troton and the Perdosoma, Chunyamlin, Nyamsolana, Saja Kong Toson, but Jevijula, then the you do, then I can Gachirum, but the Jevijula. Nizin between it, Dinga, Lunga is on Jugonitani, Laxan Namda, Shaps of the Paris, then the Rinpoche quarrying meaning, then Semchin Tamchela, Deva, then Dumada Trana, some to go you do, then Telanga meaning Kanaka, then Shaps, then the Shunatan, Messe Zobaris. Someone go keep on dogs, the watching Tongari, the Sama Yamdon Sombati at the job for some so well. Song Deva in the Sama go keep on our is in that to education UII.
And then Rinpoche is as parents. So sometimes I am angry, and then I react some bad actions because I'm an ordinary person. But from my bottom of heart, I think Garchen Rinpoche is exactly same like Milarepa. And there in this 21st century, I don't think there is like a Garchen Rinpoche. So no one is like a Garchen Rinpoche in this 21st century. But I don't mean the Milarepa, Garchen Rinpoche looks like a Milarepa. I don't mean that's always like a beggar no wealth, and something like that. But Milarepa is a really excellent yogi or excellent sage among the numbers of sages. So, so I always perceive the Garchen Rinpoche is who already attained Buddhahood. For that reasons, then Garchen Rinpoche always benefit for other beings through his body, speech, and mind. And he always cultivate for happiness of other beings and also try to free their suffering. So that's for that reasons I also serve for him, and I'm being as his attendant. So then my life is going through this way. So I'm so happy. And then today is Garchen Rinpoche's birthday, so everybody is pleasant and happy. So maintain your pleasant and be happy. And then I'm going to stop here and to say thank you so much.
Okay, maybe take break. That's a good idea. Okay. 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Tare ture mama aya jana punye
Okay, stop the music.
Hola so, ta nga nga zele do ta. Tene ta anyo chungdu ni tene moche le sa che ni kona ga mazon par de tene nga do na ta kona kana so kana yo na nyam de song nyam de shap se we ta to we de tene amazon par de ta nyam de song de tondo ta trawando nga hondo le tene to de then since I was child, the Rinpoche cut my hair, and since that time I actually spent time with Garchen Rinpoche. Until Garchen Rinpoche went out of Tibet. Tene da dripjin te ko ni khona pa kan zo lo yo lo ko di this nyang chi sum lo ko ni ma po song te te ngala la ta te na ma te li ja ja ta chem da tene ta kona ke labza ke teni zuno yu lo ke teni ta tsika ka here ta sha san song.
Then about the dripchins, how Garchen Rinpoche practice day in and night, all of these things already the masters already mentioned on about this. So I have nothing more than to talk about that. Then I am going to share a few words about the Garchen Rinpoche's advice.
Teni Rinpoche ta ni ka dwan so to win gang na ha nga zen so to win de teni so pa sar go gen tu na ta de tam je ke lam na ni don du teni nga la hi van zero nga la ka gon zero nga me ke rgam da de la hi van zero nga nya ta tan tin do da ta de la hi van zero semen do zon cha min do ne ta ma kan cha ma ke ta ha su na sar su na teni lam ji ni ta to go no le ten kon ke ta ha su yo sar su yo ta de gen ze her su teni to ze le ri.
And then during the dripching practice, then during the tea break, and then people waiting Garchen Rinpoche near the doors, and then they ask Rinpoche, please below on my eyes, because I can't see well. And sometimes then it's some, but they have some kind of stroke. Then they ask Rinpoche, please remove these obstacles and bless me and so forth. They waiting Garchen Rinpoche even during the tea break. Then Rinpoche, when went out, went to the restroom and come back. At that moment, also Rinpoche blesses them.
Teni ta tsindog la droate sar tu sar du teni delan zondu tika tsingon zondu hitro sumni sa lok to we got tin hitro luk du hitro te song sar de ta yanjab song no yanjab song sar de ta chu song no chu song sa kap go na no to win do teni nge ta ta ha shap sa tham je non do ni cha ngda teni Rinpoche la te se hyo sam da de sai nyong ji jin na shu jin na teni khona ke ta ye ke ta lama din je eng zen lo za we de na sa jan thung jo ko ye ta so nyar to we de sa ma wa thong ma wa ta to we ya de to ri ya tang ke zai wong de ta ko ke che sin na te vi ko le song ne teni ta to zen do ne teni ti ka ta so na ta to win do ne to zen tan sin nang ola suna ta to zen sun ne ta to zen le.
And then the in the night of the dripching, and then Rinpoche invited in different families, and they asked to practice wrathful and peaceful Yidam deities practices. We are his attendants, so at that time we practice 3 more times about peaceful and wrathful deities in different families. And then at the same time they request to bless their house by the Amrita, and also remove some obstacles and blessing, and then also the whole night they also request, as they're requesting, Rinpoche helps them. And then the attendants, monastics, sometimes so challenged because there are not enough sleep. So that's where then we requested to Garchen Rinpoche, probably we are going to reduce these night times activities of the Dharma for those families, because your body also cannot how to say, you also it affect your body, your health. And then Rinpoche says those sponsors, they kept all the food and these drinks for years and months for invite us to practice. So we don't want to waste these food and so forth. So we are going to accomplish their request. So that's where then the Dripchin's night also Rinpoche helps those families as their request.
Tene te kapsala ta sama salon thonglo ko ne labza ko ne na sharak suna cheke kanana karin derewi nyek ma ho taya jido na kare sona tela nyek tene sumpo te kora yerawi nyek chane tene sumpo ri chane jamne lama yima ga dingole te vit te sumpo ri chane kamole re te chirin derewi nyek ma ho tene sama sagando na sat zu te sote sama to ta thola ondole te window ne ta maza son ne tene ta te kuna labza na lo ta te endo deli.
And then about when we go in there and then how to eat and how to drink, Rinpoche gave advice to us. For example, we ate meat, and then when we cut meat, then Rinpoche said, don't cut everywhere, don't cut meat everywhere, because after we ate, then they were invite other lamas. And then at that time they are going to eat this food. So we, for that reasons, we are going to cut this meat appropriately. And then also Rinpoche says, when you eat food, you eat some how much you want, but then don't waste the remainder of this food. As then Rinpoche gave like this advice to us about how to eat and drink.
Te kapson zondu ta kore jibachamne zongol kore togyama kan zongol togyama tegyon kan zondu ta yosa de la tindo zon ta chingale te nan pen to bi zonde gobda thoda wendo ne lan tamje lan do po chachar sai nanjin ta te wendo ne zon to wendo te kone ta ko chas mogo chari de na ta si de na singu masongja ramdal tawa tamje ka ta changken shada nyanga da tonga da ta te tsi de hyude na teni ta te ndo windo ne kone son tong zele teni jiba jible kan na ta te kan teni kasi zo da kesi zo jo ra ta kan shot ye la sopa ta kone kama ja zetul ma ti to windo ne kunse kunga mala na ta ko china ko bindo ne ta to wi son zele.
And then sometimes Rinpoche ride a horse, and sometimes Rinpoche sit on a kind of a truck, and there's a small cushion, and then of course the road is not good, so that's where there are lots of noisy, and there's it was so cold, and then his attendants, monastics says, I'm getting cold and so forth. But Rinpoche never say, I am cold in the cold weather. And then Rinpoche, his whole life, he actually never wear socks. And then also scarves. He never use those, even in the very cold winter. And then he going to the families the day and night and early mornings.
Te ta te kapsando ina sonsa yuksando kowi kona tarata tumta remika gompa ina date na chude kanana lasa pasata o tsar ri chamdo gite teni kona chinku teni tumta gompa tamje kana sona teni korek tan ji chani teni masu jina teni ko tumta ko remika gompa ina date na te den ta te vi teni te vile matse ke teni ji chani teni lachi zola mele ta ko ngasho ta kone ji chani ta te gen do kar ta kone ji chani ta te gen do kar mama man so na dan da se la ta te gen do kar ta sharano.
And then Rinpoche visit in the different lineages, different temples. I mean the different monasteries, which are known sectarian monasteries. And then at that time, for instance, sometimes Rinpoche visit in the Lhasa and then the Chamdo and Stan. These are different areas Rinpoche visits. Then at that time, there are different monasteries and different people when they invited Garchen Rinpoche, and when they see Garchen Rinpoche, they have no free without crying. So they, when they see Garchen Rinpoche, they cry, and then they all invite Garchen Rinpoche.
Tini ta ngando na ta na tima sumbando ri tini on tap lamanji tap pe karazambo songti ongjang tini payu ro ta gongpan ro li cha yo gong gongpa ri de yo long ta tang mamang ta tamba la ta che lamanji ma tap songke mo ta che zo ko lo kablendo chorando ta sapo nangda.
And then for me, I could came here 3 times, and I have a great auspicious moment to see Rinpoche these 3 times visits. But in my hometown, the monastery and the monastics and those people, they cannot see Garchen Rinpoche's face, and they cannot hear Rinpoche's speech, and they have so difficult feeling.
Tene ta ngase gemorela shiba ma zona gemorela tene te na de o mo Rinpoche tsai yamana songke ko yamana tsai manjina tene mo ta shisamada shatsamada zen tene o moga ta kecha shele.
So in the years ago, there was an old woman, her name is Shipama, and then she got sick. At that time, she said that if I cannot see Garchen Rinpoche or if I cannot hear Rinpoche's speech, I cannot die.
Today, Moga Rinpoche Songke Ko Rinpoche Togri in the Tini Mo Yama Somsa Tang Tini Tini Mo Lai Yusune La Yuhatila Gonse Mola Malantang Malanzo Mata Mogan Jine Kosa Pichi Tamjela Garum Boche Pepta Chigga Jamandin Tarkamayon Buamambine Tato Zeden Mogan Jine Towed Tini Solam Monanta Tato Wen Coke Chimsang La Towed and the Keja Tog the Hieleri Tini Chimtang Tat Tong Jin Joman Limara Tini Mogata Mubokatan in Jine Tid Lamata Pep the Zen Togin Tato Wen Tini Tenjis at the Tissan Nantamo Tini La Yusune Tatesa Tepa Mundo Zelen Tates is Chundo Gangik.
So then she day before she passed away, and one time she said that Garchen Rinpoche is came here, and she told to her family members, why don't you offer kata, and why don't you offer tea to Garchen Rinpoche? Garchen Rinpoche is come here now. So she saw Garchen Rinpoche, but her other families, they could not see Garchen Rinpoche. And then she was after that day, and then she passed away. So those kind of old people, they have profound faith and believe in Garchen Rinpoche.
Ta control Jamsin zone, Mugin Relay, Tetalona, Tori in the Kosa Pala, Wanchin Nora Zoletella, Tanga Shahangaram Bochella, Zek Jihar Nano Shorochi, the Jihar Tobni, Tini Ta Koshasona, Ta Saint de Sadaze, Ta Keja Toki and Tini Wanchinok Lamala Shuto and Tini Lame Jihar Nang. 17 nang tawe de teni ta ko sen de ti lo de ti ta chi ke thok ni mambu to shuen de teni tisana ta jam sin zo jo de ko jo jam sin zo le ta lo lo go pyo ri ti to de ta za ni ra ri le ta tisana mo to sha son de ta te endo ke te ni ta chi ten don do de le no ta to ndo ka ri ndo.
And then there is also one old man, his name is Kuncho Jansin. He got sick this year, and then he has a son, his name is Wanchin Orwa, and he requested to his son, if I can see Garchen Rinpoche's face, and if I receive some path instructions from Garchen Rinpoche, then I'm satisfied, so I'm okay to die. So then, for that reasons, you make this time for me to see Garchen Rinpoche. As he requested to his son Wanchin Orwa, and Wanchin Orwa called to Garchen Rinpoche, and then this old man, Kuncho Jansin, he saw Garchen Rinpoche's face, and then Rinpoche gave path instructions, and then he was passed away that next day. Actually, he was 90 years old too, and he was passed away in the 2 months ago. So those people have like this great faith and belief in Garchen Rinpoche.
Chezoglio, ta payuke Rinpoche, tem donke kuniri, mubake kuniri, teni mamang ta chazo tombake, ta rewa chimbo, ya zeng ye ta yang, zeng sun ta yang, semando zo, ta payuni, ta tegendo kere nezar pe mambondo, teni togdi.
So in the hometown in Gargun area, so many people, thousands of people, they hope that Garchen Rinpoche could visit there, and they hope they see the Garchen Rinpoche's face. So all of they have this strong wish and hope.
Teni ta ayelan ro je tevi konan zebli sachuli ta hong thogamda teni jeli tsu karwa rok jelen do anan ro konan teni dana da se dekun da se ka ta sachu mda sa ta tegendo rindu da teni to de soba chonan da gompa nane soba chonari ta chavena ta Pendama Chago got a renting yoke la tole, tini, then young Tungal to the Tanachen number Zektile, to the tini, me tap pare, dindevi, tini, Yuktakan, pare ya, tini, towin, so that towin to the de gomila, Yichopo, Saint Pambo, that the Netando Mambo, ta Omando.
And then the many these people of their monastery and in the villages, they don't have ability to come here. They cannot reach here. They have no the facilities to come here to see Garchen Rinpoche, and they don't have these opportunities. but for example, in the monastery, there are some they practice some pujas. For instance, this morning you all saw that today is the Garchen Rinpoche's birthday ceremony, long life ceremony. Then at that moment, then they just invite a picture of Garchen Rinpoche, and then they just place this picture on the Garchen Rinpoche's throne. That means that Garchen Rinpoche is not in person there, so that is a very kind of a sadness and a very kind of how to say, it's a very a difficult moment for them.
Cherangsone sore sona ta chimbori lama je thap kani hena on thap ro thap je thap lama danga thap ta te pe yabo rida tini ta ge newa kuni ta torondo kar rida tini ta mambo shijamada shudena zati na tapchando hu semando rida de ta to sosa enjoyini.
And then for you, have a great merit to see Garchen Rinpoche. You can come anywhere to see the Garchen Rinpoche, and you receive Rinpoche's path instructions. But inside of Tibet, in Gargun area, the situation is different. So actually, if I mentioned continually, I have lots of things to say, but then I'm going to stop here.
Good afternoon, everyone.
今天下午的话题离不开 dripchin， 我的自己身上发生的2个小故事，从 dripchin 展开。
And I also have 2 short stories to share with you, also associated with Dripchen retreat.
我大概在8、9岁的时候，在 Gars 的僧众以及Garchen Rinpoche在我们村子的附近做 dripchin 法会。
When I was about 8 or 9 years old, Garchen Rinpoche and Gar Monastery had some dripchin in our village.
有一天晚上，就是我的父亲邀请Garchen Rinpoche请到我们家里来做一些法事。
So one night, my father invited Garchen Rinpoche to our family to do some puja.
当然，那时候我们村子里的所有的人就过来，而且很多小朋友都围着过来。
So of course, with that special event, all the people in our village come to our house, and including all the kids come.
那开始做法会的一个休息的期间，Garchen Rinpoche指着我们，谁能够背诵世界祈愿和平文。
So during the break time, Rinpoche pointed at our kids and then asked, "Does anyone know how to recite the World Peace Prayer?"
当然，我也不是那么记得我背诵有没有完成，但是这个事情引起之后，我也背诵了21度母以及极乐愿文等很多经文，期待下一次什么时候有机会跟着Garchen Rinpoche面前，就是背诵这些经文。
So I wasn't sure if I was able to complete the recitation of World Peace Prayer. However, I also studied hard, tried to memorize 21 Tara prayer and also prayer to be reborn in Sukhavati. And in my mind, I was hoping that maybe there will be next time I could recite them in front of Garchen Rinpoche again.
因为这个小小的故事，我觉得Garchen Rinpoche 因为众生因缘具备的时候，他的一个方便和智慧来引导、帮助我们众生。
So from this small story, I truly believe that Garchen Rinpoche is very skillful in planting the seed, observing all the interdependent condition of different individual, and plant the seed and try to use different way to lead them to practice.
当然之后大概12岁左右，我进入噶尔寺当出家。
So then, at the age around 12 years old, I went to monastery Garchen and become a monk.
刚刚进入寺庙，可能只有2年左右。有一天，噶千仁波切找我，就是拿了一个小本子，还有一些经文，叫我把它抄写。
So one day, maybe about 2 years later, one day Rinpoche called me over and gave me a small booklet and also with some scripture asking me to copy over. And here, Lama Sangche was explaining to me earlier during the break, it's a small book like what we saw in the movie this morning, like that, a small red book.
当然，我也很开心，很欢喜，有机会帮噶千仁波切抄写这些经文，因为噶千仁波切跟我说，这些抄写经文以后，今天早上电影里看到一样小小的本子，它随身携带比较方便。那我很开心有这样的一个机会抄写这些东西。
So of course I was very happy that I have this opportunity to do this service for Rinpoche, and especially Rinpoche told me that when you could copy, a small booklet, like what you all saw this morning, then he could carry it with him, and it's much easier for him to practice.
当然，那个时候我的心态开心的原因是我有机会帮助噶千仁波切写这些东西。
So one of the reasons why I was so happy was that I have that opportunity, great opportunity to make the copy, write it down for Garchen Rinpoche.
并没有想到更深层次的意思。
I wasn't really thinking about at a deeper level what that mean to me.
好像是3、4年前我拜见噶千仁波切的时候，他还没有忘记提及这个事情。
So about 3 or 4 years ago, when I had the chance to saw Rinpoche again and interview with him again, he has not forgotten this incident.
然后我才反应过来就是当时我以为帮助噶千仁波切写东西，其实并不是。当时因为我写字写的也非常不好，然后寺庙里那么多的人写字写得好的，那找我的原因就是第一，我那个时候最小的喇嘛在噶尔寺，让我稍微了解一点佛法的内容，同时也自己的藏文字体练习，因为他的智慧方便的方式来，好像要帮助他一样。那我很认真的静下心来，因为怕写错写歪的话，那这是噶千仁波切用的，不行，我很小心。
So then I realized that in my mind, as a young boy, I was thinking that, oh, I'm helping him. But in fact, I did not write well. And amongst all those people in Garchen, there are many people who write much better than me and write much nicer than me. However, Rinpoche identified me because I'm the youngest monk in the monastery. So he was actually giving me the opportunity and to practice Buddha Dharma by reading it and trying to copy it, and also helping me to practice my writing in Tibetan words. So because I took this assignment very seriously, so I calmed myself down. I tried very hard, diligently to focus I don't want to write it wrong or write it crookedly, so I was very careful about doing it.
谢谢大家。
Thank you.
我不耽误后面的上师们更精彩的教研。
I did not know that was the opportunity he gave me to practice. I thought I was helping him. That's how skillful Garchen Rinpoche is in leading us. And I don't want to waste any more of your time. I'm sure there are a lot more wonderful stories to share by other teachers. One correction here. Earlier, I think the Garchen Rinpoche gave the young man is not $50, it's $150. Sorry about that.
我来说他，这人个金人不金，我个去跟同家，那那两句出来的，让别个我轻松，等你充满了，装着这些地来种没些。
Today is the Garchen Rinpoche's birthday, so I'm so pleasant, and I would like to say Tahitele to all.
等你Garchen Rinpoche来那种个开路你地开路新做。 他第一个人为学会呢，他呢激动个家些，家有家什么他等着这个也没大有，但你第二呢，他做个那根本去过信用不干了，他俺说那个别个开始就老多的，他可能出去这样的对他的个人为信用的，但中个Lamas生个老的中的，我当个就不经嘛，中可能拍的那打出我那个谁样的不，那这个。 讲个切从人不记，他要了配置，用那穷从角度的实验的不，他真的用的他呢，我做工中个就个点半的，但个金融不去配，我有多少的，第二个行商机了，ราชวงศ์角度个实验我实验机，导演的我这些真的个都该去我的，工作做个那叫做个了，他要买一做叫了他，你给这个大厂你们是他多多些那ราชวงศ์角度个是别从嘛个做进步我呢。
So about this 1984 or 1983, then in that area start to open the monasteries from Cultural Revolution, and then in my monastery there are just a few old monastics. And they are talking about long-term ego stories and the present moment situations. They are talking about that, and then they are talking about Dugong, this lineage situation, and they say there remained just a few old lamas. And then they say there is a Garchen Rinpoche, he released from the prison. And then they said His Holiness Chetsang went to the India, and His Holiness Chungsang stays in Tibet. And then they said Garchen Rinpoche released from the prison, and then Garchen Rinpoche also take vows of individual take monastic vows. So they are very, very happy to hear that.
Tani tiru ta tandan ranji langa la shonda mato karoina tatanda chayona nonchin da ngatu gumba pala ta nivore ti gale dundan de ta je do ra chi chachi medu ta rimbo na ji zo ge nonchin zo de sap pen chu sing ga gumba zu ta ta rimbo ji langa zu zo ge tande ge gala ta kon nam bi ge tandan da ji tori ki be nonchin re ta la san de na jang ge chong so yo do re tani dana Garchen Rinpoche ta sende che ko mare ta ya bu cha ge se anda bu kon so ge tandan da ji kon nam ba here tani nom tani pakaji la tsumba tanda ya sasan do wa Garchen Rinpoche la sal pe ding pe mom fan zo zang tang Garchen Rinpoche pe ke da nga zo dan ge zo ga na tang zong zo gen dan ge nga zo ke cha ko so
and then actually between my monastery and the Nangchen area is not so far, especially these days. But at that time, because of the road situations, we feel it's so far, so distant. But then this actually, we said that in the Lhasa, His Holiness Chungsang is there in the Lhasa, and then in our area, Garchen Rinpoche is here. So That's where we do not need to worry so much. But then one time, some business people, they went to the Lhasa area and then they saw Garchen Rinpoche, and they say Garchen Rinpoche was in the Lhasa and very well known there.
Tani nga zo tanda jiga kala tani pachi jasunu yami jila nga zo tinga ni danchi jila nga zo lama ji di suri o tazu tukishinga ka koma din du di ka donte matong tie chungu dogo na sajya la dor de ata yadere tani te ta pa cha dogo ra kanda gore singa chen rumbuchi kan shu tani nga zo nga chen rumbuchi din di shure tani ta di ka lo ko zo ka longa chasong no ne ta ya ja nga chen rumbuchi zon de ta no ka ji go ni tim bi ga dabo ta ko namba tan de yang de nga zo so an ta nga chen rumbuchi pe an de ji gumban rol ndul tonin de ji re nga mong se an da ka ji na chi ta ton yo chi de sa ji so ton ji xian nong da zo ga tan de ji wo de nga chen rumbuchi de on de ta chi mo ni don ne ta kan je zo ra xia si kan de jin ji so na ta ba de ben chang bo tanda chini ta tu tang tongpun rabu ta tanda tu jinji ore.
And then, my monastery, there was one old Lama. He passed away, so then his form buried under the inside of the stones. Then we we planned to invite Garchen Rinpoche because Garchen Rinpoche is the one of the Hlo and Gar and Ti. There's three lamas. Among them, Garchen Rinpoche is one of these, and they are the holder of this Ndrugong lineage. So that's where we invite Garchen Rinpoche. Actually, this old Lama who passed away is my monastery's Lama Guru, the Tukachingha Rinpoche's previous life. So then we invite Garchen Rinpoche. First, we are a little bit worried and a little bit of fear that perhaps Rinpoche scold or some criticize to us because how to take care of our monastery and so forth. But when Garchen Rinpoche first time he came there, and then when we see Rinpoche always touch his forehead to our foreheads, and he hug and hold us. So that's where then it's totally different.
Tani da tende kala tani zoning Garchen Rinpoche. Nga tu ganol padhen ya don tani lama manji san nga tu dogo na geta ka damba sha gore Garchen Rinpoche nga tanda songre tani nga tu pando chondo mombo chi pa ndeba yapo chi chare tani tanda ye on de tanga Garchen Rinpoche tani mombo den on de ta che dogo ra Garchen Rinpoche pe ti do de tani de no ne ta mombo ta ri kuncho pa zu jin da ne pa dan ta ki thoma ta sha on de tani Garchen Rinpoche ka ngal manje ya dogo ta mi sho so mombo go nga ta Garchen Rinpoche dogo sa ya ga sang goma ta yo kali zo tila mai so tanda so re tanda yi de ta tangis konan ba ku an nong re ni tawa so sha shi ta yo min ro nga ti gal ta gan ba li kan ni re tanguni Garchen Rinpoche so go mo tanda so ya sha jan ga tanda ga lo ji don tani o ta ko ni tong la so ta jin de wa ti gal tani yo ti ga se men so na go ya ta zo ran zhen de yim de tanda zo ta tanda choma ga zo gan tanda hangun long is tani ta pe on bikali nan kan ja sha da ta tema mombo yo re ni na tikal ta je logi ta tem gan sha da tema tanda.
And then since from that time, then my monastery and Gargo monastery have a good relation. Because Garchen Rinpoche came there, visited there, and Garchen Rinpoche told us, you are going to take the individual, you are going to take a monastic vow from Garchen Rinpoche. So then in our monastery, many monastics received monastic vows from Garchen Rinpoche, and then when Garchen Rinpoche was there, as Kunjo Barzan mentioned, in our area there are many people got sick. At that time, Garchen Rinpoche blessed them and bistros blessed them, and then many people waiting. It's a very long line outside of the doors, and then we told to Garchen Rinpoche, it's better to stop now. But Rinpoche said, no need stop. Don't make busy. And then, as the other lamas mentioned, Garchen Rinpoche always he accept all of these difficulty things, situations. And then then we all know that Garchen Rinpoche in the never lie down in the night. He always sat a whole night. So then actually there are lots of stories. For example, the rainbow appears in the space when Rinpoche was there. There are lots of stories, but some stories I don't remember now.
Tani tabakashi ki to riga pini tani ta yogne ba zogun lama ya da chun zia ji hiru tani te tama zogun ngal mo pa zogun ga chen mo tande ji zogun tande nge kure tani nga ga chen mo chi hiru ngi zogun tan chin jere ni hiru yin jere ta lama itu gamba pe ya po chagre tani lama gun tente jigre nte pe ya po jigre kong ga tande ko gol mo bu chi song song Tani or su shui ta under down the tata dogona takishing under in a terecaton Japantan jit Katsu Jendo Tangaton than a lada Toma Hakore, ta under in the Lamang Ijinobu, Gachirum Baching, Uni Mount Long Terry, girls on Tata Tandagogan, Tani Kondogan, the Nishajani, Ta Dogana team big and the Jachimon, Takishing our money, Takon number 2, Imigatoni, or Tat and the Chigazogan. The show it. The Ningaro gig and Diana Gondanata, Temamombo, Gachirum Bachingato, and Tanzana Conamba, Boconamba, Nyanda, Chedanga Mombuku, Naro gig, Nago, or Tamombo, Jogana, Jadanga Mombo taught on that to Sugato or Tanzan the Gatsova, and the list said that the Shion Jimmy, the Jadogora, and the Kuriki to the water. Ota Goyachamundu, Taningaro in Nata Chilti, such a Tanya Nirutiati, Lamakon Cadens, I attending with you that any Yenda Jetam, Segia made the Tangaron Sundugan, Lamaya Posunging Tata, Natandishi, Yogoya, Tondago Quaka, Yaput, Mount Paraka Lecavore, Tani Lama Duganakasi, Martin Duganatanguni Duganata. Tantil rale do de te tal la dankoto janso donchi tani do gono lama so de ni tantil ya boson ya don lama le kuja ele mi kios on a dang in sa ya zama do tel don jansa mo sa ten do dule me sa ya mai chi te de tu ya do gota tanzon chi do gono ko kan den o ragali kabore de na lama ga chen so nemba shel no ni pasan tane nemba yo po jini te lama no ni do lama manji do te kon na ba go Ta tui ri dua dogana nga songkem bore tani ngagam big dogana ta kutoso mombo dogana ta don sema su dogana ko number 3 email go ji den zoji mangde o ta nga so takanda janga wote tenam big tana sonde nguni insare sasanda ta te temba eji maji don te dogana to chia dogana tansi le role zo tanda mombo ji konyo te ta ko ka te ngasto mashuwa tone somago togana la miriccia sono nyane ya pochero chi se tesi delle shani
so and then Garchen Rinpoche is out of the Tibet now here, and Tukujingha Rinpoche is in Tibet, but their mind is inseparable. So that's why that's where they are their mind is inseparable. When Tukujingha recognized by Garchen Rinpoche about Tukujingha Rinpoche was 15 years old, in the auspicious time and auspicious day. Then Garchen Rinpoche, Tukujingha went to the Gar monastery in a summer season, and then Garchen Rinpoche dressed Tukujingha his first this monastic clothes. And then at that time, I and Lagin, another old Lama name is Rinam, and then we and some like a manager, we went there in the Gargun, and then at that time, Garchen Rinpoche, we asked Garchen Rinpoche how to do in our monastery, how to take responsibilities and so forth. Then Garchen Rinpoche told me, you should take the responsibility of a manager in the monastery. But then I told to Garchen Rinpoche, I don't have this ability, so I can't do that. But Rinpoche also gave me like a prophecy, or Rinpoche checked his oracle. And then Rinpoche says, you do, you take responsibility and you could do it. And then in the future, your monastery will flourish successfully. So that is very true. Right now, our Duju monastery is very flourished successfully through the Tukujingha Rinpoche. And it's exactly that Garchen Rinpoche already knows the situation of our monastery since that time. Then according to me, I received many path instructions, and I visit here, and then also I did some retreat, and now I a little bit could hard work, undertaking hardship for the Dharma. All of these are the kindness of Garchen Rinpoche. So for that reasons, whatever our Guru says, we are going to perceive that there's our Guru's speech is path instructions. And then the Guru will be long life or not. It depends students' samaya. I heard that samaya is very important. So everybody keep very well the samaya, and all the Guru's speeches are bring in your mind as path instructions. So then here Garchen Rinpoche and in Gar monastery there were Gar Major Rinpoche. Their mind are inseparable. That in my monastery and Kimbos and many lamas says that their minds are inseparable. So that is very true. So in fact, to flourish Dharma and long life Guru is related pure samaya. So everybody keeps samaya well, and then listen all the Guru's speech. And then I have no more to talk than that. So then touch the leg.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. I have to get up because I'm a little bit sleepy here, okay? It's okay? Oh, thank you very much. So, I don't know what I'm going to share with you. Okay, so what do you wanted to listening tonight? I have very short time. Okay, so maybe I share with you some our spiritual teachers never shared before. So something like that you want here? Are you sure? Okay. So I want to share with you, like many years ago, I was in this Lama house. Okay, so I slept there upstairs, have a small room. And Garchen Rinpoche, you think Garchen Rinpoche is very peaceful or he is wrathful? Huh? Both, okay, you understand. So he opened the door very strongly. He used the stick. He pointed at me like this, hey, give me, my Tara, supplication Tara commentary. Give me back. So I said, what? He said, yes, I'll borrow you. Borrow you or lend you. Okay, I'll lend you. So you have to give me back. I said, no, I don't have. He said, yes, I did. So then, I told him, no, I don't have. He said, if not, then why you not write commentary? So he poured door closed and, he left. So the energy is very powerful, okay? So, sometimes like I see some masters and sometimes like you go to very holy place, you feel like that energy, very strong, very powerful. And then, okay, I think that's very special, something for me. And I have to write commentary. So I make a commitment myself, and I wrote the commentary supplication to the Tara book. So that book, when I wrote finish, and Khenpo Monamsi here, I asked him to, check the spelling, and he did. And I asked to Khenpo Tenzin, he was in Dharamsala, he was in Diradong, so they both did. And then I want to thank you, both of thank you to you. So, then I published that Tara's, supplication, Tara commentary. And so that helps me a lot connect to the, Yedam deities. And then 2020, I think second, I don't remember exactly, after pandemic. And we come here to, I stay 2 weeks quarantine here, right? Which year that one? Yeah, so 2 weeks I have to stay quarantine. And, before that, before I come to GBI, so I have some, experience. I think good to share with you. Do you want to hear that? Yeah, so it's, we practice a Yedam deity. Practice a Yedam deity is most important. What we have to do, recognize is change the perception, okay? Long as we have mundane perceptions, you practice a Yedam deity, you don't feel anything, I think, much. So we, need to, like, of course, through strong devotion, have to change the perception, the most important. So long as you have some experience, pure perceptions, you trust the practice, what are you doing? So before I come here, I have some, pure perception comes. What perception is, I was in GBI here. So the perception when rising is not like we are waking up like this delusion, stages, and not really fully sleeping, okay? And normally, you go into for sleep and not fully sleep, and waking up. That moment, sometimes I think, some cause conditions is you have some experience, I think, rising, okay? My experience, I see the, in GBI here is like Tara's purely, very pure. And that moment, the true devotions rising. And mentally, the supplication to the Taras, very strong, my heart. Yeah? And through that, and Garchen Rinpoche's effort with inseparable with the Tara, my mind. So same is like, we have the, the Tanka, like Garchen Rinpoche's image, and behind the Tara, his signature is bottom there. So So that image is very strongly, powerfully, rising to in the mind. And then you have very strong, like feeling, connection, experience is rising. So it's the same as, we talk about virtual reality. Do you know virtual reality? Yeah, so virtual reality, you put that gargle into your head. You have different experience, right? You have different visions. So similar like that, experience, visions comes. And then that experience is the most, you're powerful in the trust. And so you feel very strong blessing. And then that perception is then slowly, Garchen Rinpoche's image, this Taratang, the image is transformed, changed to the move to in this Tarastupa. Okay? When I saw, this is a, delusion, okay, my delusion. You don't have to believe, actually, if you don't believe. Yeah? Just I want to share with you. If you like it, you can take your heart. If you don't like it, you just leave it, okay? Yeah? And what I fear is, Garchen Rinpoche says form body is like huge, like same as this more taller the Tarastupa here, okay? And he holding the banner. The banner is a victory banner. He flow like this everywhere, okay? So then he chanting some mantras. It's extremely powerful. And I went close to look to what he doing chanting. He doing some, long life supplication to His Holiness Chetsang. And another he chanting aspiration to long life His Holiness Dalai Lama. And then, he holding the long life, this banner. His banner is a victorious banner. It's create a very powerful, strong energy. So that's a thing, we're doing here practice right now. This is like, our perception, we don't recognize. I think, okay, my guess. And there's something behind our perception that has truly, more powerful than what we're seeing. Okay? There has like some, deity is a mandala in behind there. And through that, we, through that blessing connection, we're doing some practice. And the Garchen Rinpoche, what we're seeing him and his reality experience, I think, is totally different. Not the same as, okay? If, what we're seeing, Garchen Rinpoche, we're seeing him, he really babysit us. Do you understand? Yeah, we don't have that capacity, opportunity to recognize what he has his own experience. And he, doing this aspiration is like, truly like spiritual power energies rising to world peace. And then I have this great experience, but I have to share long time, but lots longer more than that, but due to time, I'm not going to go long, okay? So due to this experience, then I have opportunity to meet him one time, and at that time, and when just our, teachers mentioned some, different things, like he has some, knowledge in knowing, your own experience, right? So he put like small book list his table. And when I meet him, he gave to me that book. He said, this book is the inner energy rising. So he asked me, you read this. And then, I thought why he recognized that, what, my feeling, he recognized. So then, I told him, I have some this kind of, actually I'm not going to share with him because I thought it's my delusion, right? But then he mentioned. So then I have shared with him, so I have great talk with him more than 2 hours at that time. So I never have before, like, seriously talking with him, okay? And then you really can conversation or talking with him. Normally, what we think, we talk some important, but reality, I think, not that important. So there has a totally different experience in this great, realizer masters has. I'm 100% sure, they have some special experience for this realizer master has. So then he gave me that book list, and he asked me to read. And so this all is to talk about, your own experience, journey, something, your visions. And then he told me to, in the Tarastupa area one day, he talked about all the Tara, why is this mandala? Okay, so that, you know, what he shared to me and the power of that, I don't have a really choice. I promised him, you know, told him, I'm going to make 8 Tara stupas. Yeah. So you know, a commitment from him in front of this Tara stupa. So he very happy. You do that, you know, and then, you know, starting we building the Tara stupas. So this Tara stupa, what I'm doing everywhere, you know, where the connection comes, you know, the connection is not what, you know, I want, where I want to birth. I think my opinion is come from, you know, deity Tara's blessing, and the permission come from the deity Tara, you know, where the Tara stupa is put. Not, you know, normally we think, you know, we need permission to build the Tara stupa, right? Build the houses. But reality, I think, you know, you do something like this, very powerful spiritual object, I think you need permission from Tara Mandala, okay? So the power of, you know, that blessing, and many people naturally, they're, you know, how to say that, naturally they volunteer, or, you know, they come to like say, I want to do it. So I don't have to like really put effort that much, because it's I think it's due to Garchen Rinpoche's blessing, power, you know, of Tara and these blessings. Okay, so normally, you know, I don't have an interesting to birth something, okay? But no, you know, due to his blessing, I recognize doing something like this is really meaningful, and many people, beings connect to the Tara Mandala. You know, long as you have connect to Tara Mandala, and you can free from suffering, you know, we can liberate. So that is I have a trust, you know, I have, you know, like truly certainty myself. That's the reason I put lots of effort to, you know, doing this Tara Mandala. So far, we already done almost 8 already, you know, starting already 8, but not some yet finished, but it's going to finish soon. And I think 8 is just a small number. I hope I can make more than that. So this is one of his activity, Garchen Rinpoche's activity. I hope benefit many beings. So, you know, we are very fortunate, very lucky. We have opportunity to join this mandala, Garchen Rinpoche's, you know, mandala. And I think we're going to, you know, end of this life is last. You know, going to, I hope, you know, we're liberating the last life. And this is the last one, okay? I think, you know, I don't want to take birth again and again. Do you? So we know samsara is a suffering, right? No easy. We need to liberate, you know. So if we don't liberate, then, you know, we keep going samsara, take rebirth again, is no make sense. If we don't do that, then who's going to do liberate? Because we have a special master, we have a dharma, you know, we have all these great connections, we are very fortunate, we are very lucky. If we don't liberate, then who's going to liberate? Tell me. So keep that in your mind. It's only focus for liberation. Don't keep going samsara, okay? Yeah, samsara is meaningless, not that pleasant, I think. Yeah, but your life is, you know, make good, great, enjoy and practice dharma. Sometimes a misunderstanding, like many masters suffering and they purify karma. But you don't need suffering to purify karma. You enjoy, happy, and purify karma, okay? Do that. I don't want the suffering. I think you don't. You also don't want the suffering too, right? Do you? Who likes suffering? No one likes suffering. So we have to liberate. Everyone wants happiness. No one wants suffering, okay? Don't go to take part in the suffering part. Take part in the happy and the joy and enlightenment. Tachi Dali to you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Khenpo Samdrup, for your inspiring words and sharing that incredible experience. And thank you all to the Lamas that did share their stories. I'm sorry we've run out of time. I wish we had a few more hours to listen. It's really been such a blessing to learn more about Garchen Rinpoche's life and different experiences in Tibet and so forth. So this actually will conclude our live stream portion of this event. And so we thank everybody who joined us online. and then next people can come up to make offerings to all